Hello there everyone, welcome to Yoga with Alexis, and today this session is for yoga for profound multiple learning difficulties. So anyone with PMLD will hopefully benefit from this a little bit, if not a lot. We're going to tailor it to the needs of PMLD and carers, teachers and staff, anyone who is with the people with PMLD. So let's get comfortable, get everything you need, get your blocks and your cushions and your mats and your chairs and everything to get yourself comfortable, and let's have a nice relaxing session together. Okay, my friends, so whoever is present now, I understand that if you're watching this in a classroom, it might not be, you might not have one adult to one pupil at a time. You might be juggling and moving around a little bit, that's fine. So we're going to take that into account today. So we're just going to be doing really simple things, simple techniques, breathing techniques, and maybe making some sounds and just seeing what we can do today to help each other calm our nervous systems. So if you're watching this in what is usually a busy environment, then my first suggestion is to switch the lights down low, not off completely, but maybe turn the lights down a little bit, so there's not too much intense light shining down on people with sensory processing difficulties, global development delay and such. Make sure that the environment is quiet. Yeah? So I understand that in classrooms things can get busy, but please, please, please make an effort to whisper if you need to say something. If you need to talk to a colleague or move around, then do it with mindfulness as best you can. Yeah? This will all help to set up an atmosphere that will be beneficial to the children, and even if they're sleeping, they will still be receiving the energy of a calm, still environment. So let's all set an intention, whether we are sitting here and practicing together or not. If we are on the computer doing some work, we can still take part subconsciously. So just take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. So even if we're taking part in the yoga session or not, I'm guessing that would feel somewhat beneficial and nice. So as we breathe deeply, we begin to calm and regulate our nervous system. And as we do that, we will naturally feel calm and grounded within ourselves. So this is very much an energetic practice. Not energetic as in alivening and arousing, it's more energetic as in we are tapping into our energy, tapping into our nervous system and our breath. So I'm just speaking at the moment and I'm guiding you through, so as you can imagine that this is a meditation right now. So if you want to sit with a pupil and engage in intensive interaction, if again you're low on staff, you could have one staff member to 2 or 3 pupils at a time. You can maybe even experiment with it, play around, maybe get 3 or 4 of you sat in a circle. So just using this session and experimenting with it, using it as an opportunity to play around with your yoga session. This is your yoga session, it's not mine, okay? So if you want to sit people around in little circles, little clusters of people, then you can do that in a circle so that you're all together, and just consciously setting that up as well. So even if you're moving chairs and you're guiding around, really feel the sensation. So let everything in your experience right now be meditative. It will all contribute to the atmosphere and to your own breath, body and mind and nervous system. So again, as you're listening to the sounds of my voice, you're actively engaging in this meditation. So again, whatever you're doing, you're walking around the room, you're filling out some paperwork, or you're with a pupil, whatever it is you're doing, allow it to be meditative. There is no activity on this earth that is not worth doing that can not be meditative. So everything that is worth doing can be meditative. Yeah? Even if it's paperwork, you can be in the present moment. So allow yourself to be present. Give yourself that gift. We all have that gift to give ourselves of being present. And if you are with the pupils, then find yourself in your chair. Find yourself in your position, relaxing into the chair, checking in with yourself before you check in with the pupils maybe. This can be really helpful. So before you start putting your hands on pupils and that, and all of that stuff can be really lovely, but before you go, so eagerly to tend to the children, take a moment to tend to yourself. This will really boost the experience of practicing yoga and meditation. So notice your own breath right now. Notice your body. All of these noticings will help you to come into the present moment, come into your body, and then you'll find that you have more to give. So feel your feet placed flat and evenly on the ground if you're sitting in a chair. This will help you to connect with the earth. This is very grounding. For those of us who have anxiety and are always up in our heads, thinking, bring your feet flat on the ground. So feel your feet flat on the ground. This helps to bring all of that awareness from up here all the way down to the sensations of your feet. And further feel your backside connecting to the chair or the cushion that you're sitting on. So if you're lying on the ground with a pupil, that's fine. Just ensure that you're comfortable. Really ensure that you are as most comfortable as you can be. The more comfortable you will be, the more settled you will feel. And again, when we feel settled and calm in ourselves, we naturally start to give off more positive vibrations to those around us. So feel yourself sitting on the ground, and don't for a second feel like this isn't worthwhile, like we're wasting time. This is so worthwhile for the children that you are with. They will begin to feel that you are tapping into yourself, and they will look toward your nervous system, which is communicating with theirs, and they will feel that calm energy being transmitted. And this will help them, it will be an anchor for them to perhaps calm themselves down and regulate themselves even more. So just noticing all of these things in and around your body, noticing your shoulders, calming the shoulders down, relaxing the shoulders down, relaxing your face. You might even like to rub your cheeks and feel your face if you haven't got a mask on or something else, and you might like to do this lovely crown pull gesture, and please practice this yourself on yourself first before trying it with a child. Not all children will like this, okay? Some people don't like to be invaded around the face, and that's okay. But if you want to practice it, practicing it on yourself first is really helpful. So placing the fingertips in the center of the forehead, and as though you're just opening the curtains of your mind, just spreading the fingers outwards, away from the center, towards the temples. And do this several times. Do it several times for yourself before you try it on a child. So this is really nice if we're experiencing headaches or any tension in the head, the frontal lobe, even the temples might benefit from it. And the forehead and the eyes can hold so much tension, particularly if we're deep thinkers. If we're thinking, the mind doesn't have a rest, which leads to stress and all other kinds of things. And this is a really nice technique to soothe the thinking mind. And then we might just like to rub the temples. And again, be gentle if you're practicing this with a child. These are very sensitive spots right here. So be really gentle, please don't press. Just touching, massaging, circling around the temples. And just notice how that feels. If a child will benefit from this, then please go ahead and try it. But only if you've tried it on yourself first. That's the criteria. For you to try it on a child, you must try it on yourself first. That's my rule. And if a child benefits from head massage, you can rub your fingers into the scalp. Don't find that sweet spot, okay? Because when you massage, it's important that you don't obviously press too hard, but it's important that you don't press too lightly either. Because light, very, very light, delicate touch can actually be a bit jarring for the skin. The skin is, it's the largest organ, I think, of the whole body, because it covers the whole body, right? And that organ of the skin, it doesn't tend to like light touch. So find that sweet spot of pressing deeply enough, deep pressure touch, but not too much. So really, again, this is not something that we can think ourselves into doing. It's more of a, it's more of a feeling and intuitive sense of what the body needs and benefits from. So if you're working with several children at a time, you might like to just go from child to child. Again, not every child is going to want a head massage, that's absolutely okay. You might want to work on the feet and the arms and the hands instead, and I'll get to those places. I'm just giving myself a head massage to guide us all through it, if our head wants a massage. Really getting into the scalp. It's so nice when you go to a hairdresser and the hairdresser, before trimming or cutting your hair, gives your scalp a really nice massage. It's really working your way into all the areas of the head. And just really connect to your fingertips as well as your head. If you're offering a child a head massage, really feel your fingertips, really feel those tingly sensations and the energy radiating out of your fingertips. I want you to imagine that your fingertips and your hands are the instruments of your heart. So if you feel calm and peaceful and loving inside of yourselves, you're going to transmit all of that stuff to the child, which is what they will benefit from. But if you're feeling stressed and worried and frustrated, then they're unfortunately going to receive that, and they don't need that, right? They don't need that at all. And that's why I say practice on yourself first. Self-care is in the best interest of anyone. So just give your hands a bit of a patting, and as though you're brushing off the dust, any energy, any stale energy, you're just sort of dusting it off of your fingers. Okay, and let's just begin to explore different areas. So you might already be onto this, okay? You might already be providing massage for yourself and a child. I really invite you to practice on yourself as well as the child. So you can place your hand delicately on the child, and then you might like to go back to you, and then again to the child. So please play around with it, And that's a given for now. So anyone looking around the classroom wondering why you were giving yourself a massage, well, Alexa said it's okay. So give yourself a massage, because it really helps you to feel, to notice what you're feeling, notice what it feels like to be squeezed and hugged. And you'll release oxytocin by doing this, and it all contributes. It really does. All of it contributes. All of that energy. So you can squeeze down one shoulder and one arm at a time. You can do both at the same time. I actually recommend doing one at a time, because then you can bring even more attention and awareness to those areas. All the way down to the fingertips. So you're providing this for yourself as well as the child, I hope, or the children. And take as long as you want. We could spend the whole half an hour just doing this, and it would not be wasted time at all. It's really worthwhile to take these moments, as many moments as we can. And it's never selfish to do it for yourself. Never, ever, ever selfish. Just going down the arms, perhaps a child will benefit from this. You know, by squeezing, you're really helping yourself and the child to get back into the body. And as you come back into the body, there tends to be the relaxation response, you know. The muscles will begin to soften and release. And when that happens, they will be able to move more. I mean, you yourself will have experienced this at some stage. If you relax your muscles, the muscles will move more. So particularly with children with cerebral palsy, as well as PMLD, there will often be a tightening, a real stiff tightness, and with that tightness is you know, a lack of movement. As you know, you struggle really to open up and relax the muscles, you know. So as you squeeze, you might then try to open up the arms a little bit, but please don't push anyone, including yourself, beyond your limitations or beyond the child's limitations. But as you explore massage, you might then find a loosening and a softening up in the body, and then you might like to try and open up the arms, either out to the sides or up high, or it might simply be the fingers. You know, if the fingers are curled up into the palm, you might just like to delicately place your fingers on that palm. Again, not too delicate, not too light touch. People often prefer that deep pressure. And as you place your fingers into that palm, breathing deeply as you do so, you can maybe begin to push those fingers out, breathing deeply, squeezing the fingers as you open up. So explore this with a child who might be tightening, holding on to any tension or stiffness in the body. Please explore it. You know, it doesn't have to be just the arms and the hands, it could be the legs. So if you're finding any tightness anywhere, just explore it with compassionate awareness. Explore, 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 and discover. So you can squeeze and then you can release. So if you are working with several children at a time, just take it in turns, you know. Again, this is an open experimental practice. So you may have just 2 or 3 minutes with one child, and then you're breathing deeply and moving on to the next child. And then you might work on yourself and then work on another child. And no area can be worked on for too long either, unless the child says so. And that's why I invite you to tap into your body and mind. Because you'll feel, as you work with a child, or anyone for that matter, you'll feel an intuitive sense of what to do next, whether the child or the person has had enough. So they might no longer want a foot massage, and they'll tell you. Or little signs, they'll move their foot away, or they might vocalize. But if they're not, if they appear to be comfortable and relaxed, then just stay there. You know, you could spend this whole session just working on the feet or the hands, and that's fine. Okay. So now I'm going to invite us to practice coherent breathing. So we can continue with the massage. There's no need to stop doing that. So just continue with massaging, rubbing, you might even like tapping or squeezing, really following the child, you know, as you really listen deeply with your heart. You know, this is not about listening with the head, it's not about getting a textbook out and saying, oh, I took a reflexology course once and I've read books about it. You know, that's great, but Really, I'm inviting you to use your hearts, imagining that you're listening with your heart, really connecting. And that might sound completely abstract to some of us, and that's okay. Just really listen, follow the child. Really follow the child. Allow them to express themselves in silence, I mean, hopefully we're mostly practicing in silence. We don't need to be talking in this, Sometimes the children can be a bit overwhelmed by so many words, So we're going to continue with the massage if that feels right, and I'm going to put on the coherent breathing chimes, and hopefully you'll hear it. I really hope you can. So continuing with the stretching and the massage and whatever else you feel the child will benefit from. And then we're going to begin to do the coherent breathing chimes. Okay, so let's all synchronize our breathing. This breath work is going to be inhale for 6 seconds and exhale for 6 seconds. So the practice is that you lengthen your inhales. So you don't hold the breath, you allow your inhale to expand to the length of 6 seconds long, and you allow yourself to breathe out for 6 seconds long. Okay? So all taking a deep breath in together, and breathing out.
Inhale.
Inhale. Exhale.
Inhale.
So as the notes go up, we breathe in.
Exhale.
As the notes go down, we breathe out, relaxing the body.
Inhale.
Notes come up, we breathe in.
Exhale.
Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. You can continue with the massage as you do this. Exhale. Really lengthening your breath. Being with the child. Inhaling with the child. Breathing in. Breathing out. Keep this practice going. Maintaining your awareness of your breath. Maintaining your awareness of the pupil or the pupils or the children that you're with. Exhale. quality of your energy, your nervous system. Breathing deeply. Breathing deeply. Staying present with the child, transmitting this calming energy with the child. Whether you're touching or just sitting with the child, breathing with them. And one more. And relaxing your efforts of breathing deeply, you can continue with that rhythm in your head and in your heart and in your body. Continuing to breathe deeply if you wish, feeling the energy in your body, in your lungs, you're everywhere, your nervous system, your mind. Feeling the quality of your mind right now, listening to all of these things. As you listen to me, the children listen to you. They listen to you with your breath. Your breath will communicate with them. So believe me when I say that this is beneficial for their well-being as well as yours. And you can continue with massage now. You can continue it if you wish, if you're still practicing it. You might be stretching the arms and the legs out for the children. You might be inviting them to open up their chest. Whatever you're used to practicing with the child, we're not doing it to the child, we're practicing it with the child or the children. And for 2 more minutes, we're just going to sit in silence. And I'm going to breathe deeply. I'm not going to say anything for these last few moments, just listening to my breath and following your intuition, breathing deeply in yourself and sitting with the child, massaging the child, whatever works, but just listening to me, maybe looking at me, but also maintaining eye contact with the child as well, maintaining intensive interaction, and we'll just sit together for a minute or 2 in silence. Okay, my friends, so we've reached the end of our yoga session today. I hope that you are all feeling a little bit more rejuvenated and refreshed. So just because our yoga session is coming to an end, and it is not ended yet, so don't switch the video off just yet, see if you can allow yourself to emerge out of this meditative state into another meditative state. So what I mean by that is don't just get up and all of a sudden start jumping around using all of that energy that you've just accumulated. Don't spend it all at once. See if you can maintain this presence as you take it with you, into the rest of your day. So this isn't a respite, it's not a break away from life. This is life. Your state of mind and your state of being matters, yeah? So see if you can take that energy and that calm with you, into the rest of the day and maybe even to the rest of the week. That is my final message for you. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.